Walt Disney once said, "Whatever you do it well. Do it so well so that when others see you do it, they'll want to come back and see you do it again. And they'll want to bring others and show them how well you do it." And that's what happened. Have you ever seen something or someplace and you just instantly fell in love with it? Well, 2 weeks ago, I had the awesome opportunity to go to Disney World with my family for the first time. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to learn more about the different details and time and effort that goes into making this place so absolutely breathtaking. So today I'm going to discuss a brief history and background of Walt Disney, a little bit about the creation of the different Disney parks, particularly Disney World in Florida, and all of the details that go into making this the most magical place on earth. Some of this I learned through research that I found on websites and articles online, but most of it was just from going to the different tours and attractions throughout Disney. So first I'm going to talk about a brief background of Walt Disney. So he was born December 5th, 1901. And according to JustDisney.com, he was interested in art even at a young age. He would make paintings and drawings, and he would sell them to his neighbors, and he even took some photography and art courses throughout high school. He was really into nature and family and the community. He wanted to join the military, but he was too young, so he joined the Red Cross and he went to France. Well, when he came back is when he started to pursue his career in commercial art. His first company was a small company and it was called Laugh-O-Grams. Unfortunately, it went bankrupt, but Walt saw this as an opportunity to just start over and go to Hollywood and pursue his career. His first successful production was called Alice Comedies, and this finally made him a reputable Hollywood figure. So he then went on to make different productions, and one being Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was the first full-length animated musical. After this, he made Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi. Although he made all these different TV productions and movies, he always dreamed of a clean and organized theme park in like a family-oriented park. So this led to the creation of Disneyland in 1955 in California. He wanted a park. He wanted a little family park that wouldn't decline to gaudy and cheap. It was funded through his successful television program, so he would keep making these different programs to have money to build this park. Disneyland was completed within a year. However, he couldn't control the surroundings of the Disney park outside of the actual park. A story I read on Mouse Planet, which is a website all about Disney, he would always greet people at the end of the night. And he noticed one couple leaving early, and he thought it was really weird because nobody ever left Disneyland early. So he decided he was just going to ask them why. And they ended up saying that they saw the traffic backed up on the highway outside the park, and they didn't want it to get worse so they could get home at a reasonable time. And this is when he knew he wanted to create something that you could not see any surroundings and just be so sucked into the place that you're at. And that's what started the dream of Disney World in Florida. So Walt purchased 43 square miles in Florida. However, he unfortunately passed away before construction even started, so the park is more of a tribute of Walt's life. The Walt Disney World and resorts continue to grow in size and scope more than anybody could have even imagined when they first started the project. It's so great because of all of the different time and details that go into the park. Many things make this so breathtaking. To name a few, one of the first things I noticed was how immaculately clean it was. I know I go to Kennywood around here and I leave feeling gross and sticky by the end of the night, and that was not the case there. I didn't see one piece of trash or gum or any bugs throughout the park. And I think a really cool fact that I learned on one of the tours is that when he was constructing the park, he would go to different parks and just observe how many steps somebody would take before they would discard their trash on the ground. And he came up with 30 steps. So in any of the Disney parks, you will not be farther than 30 steps from a trash can. Another really neat thing is the illusion of just being in a different world. You will not see the same character more one of the same character in the same place. Like you will not see two Mickeys within eyesight, because that will create the illusion that it's not real, and he does not want that. Also, in Disney World, you will not see any of the outside world, so you won't see highways or buildings or restaurants. And also, if you're in Magic Kingdom, you won't see any of the other lands. So from Fantasyland, you won't see Tomorrowland, because he wants to create that illusion that you are there, and you're not in a park seeing other parts of the park. Another really neat thing is that Mickey had more than 290 outfits, depending on where he was in the park, what ride he was on, what restaurant he was in, just to match the theme of wherever he was. My favorite thing about Disney is how charitable it is. And throughout the parks and resorts, there's so many wells and fountains and fake rivers and moats, and people just throw change in there, just, I guess, making wishes. So any change that's in any of those fountains, it's donated to the Give the Kids a World Foundation, and I just think that it shows how great of a place Disney is, and I truly think that that's what Walt would want, because he was such a great man. Now you know a little more about Walt Disney, the creation of parks, and a fraction of what makes Disney such a special place. If you haven't had the chance to visit it, you should take my word for it, because I can't even begin to capture the essence of how beautiful it actually is. Walt was such an inspiration to making your dreams come true, and as he once said, always remember that this whole thing was started with a dream and a mouse. Thank you.